Howdy y'all, Los here. I've got a trio of Premnas here. They were given to me by Roland Lopez of the Austin Bonsai Society. I've never kept them before and I just kind of neglected them a bit, unfortunately to say. Just sitting in the greenhouse, probably in a particularly hot spot in there, and as I was watering today I saw them and I said, I've been wanting to get them separated from this little grow bag and into their own little bonsai container so that they can start their journey into bonsai. So I thought today was a great day to do that. So let's get started with these Premnas. Moving the plants from this fabric container, which I'm not a fan of. I mean, they're great and all for growing, but they're pretty one-time use, especially when roots start to grow through them. So if you can avoid them, go for it. But every one that I've had to cut open. And they tend to dry your plant out a little faster, obviously, right? Because it's like fabric. It's much more porous than a regular garden container. Let's see. But yeah, this is why you can't use them. How are you going to get that out just right? But basically it's sticking because there's roots growing through it, and it's become, maybe it's my fault because I let it grow through. You know, when I got these were, I think, just cuttings. I don't know if I think they were rooted cuttings back then. There was maybe 5 of them here. And over time, it's dried out almost completely. And I saw these like just super bare. Like I said, I neglected these plants, so I don't feel good about it. But sometimes when you have, you know, a lot, you tend to forget some. Let's see if we can separate these. Uh-oh. They're pretty well stuck together, but I think if we get some water in here, we'll be able to further separate them. There's 1. There's 2 and 3. All right, let's see what we got here. Cool. These are definitely ready to go in their own container. This little guy, he's a cutie. We'll put him in another container. What I had in mind, just some training pots. Now that I'm looking at this one, it may be needing a bigger container. I mean, I'd say so. And we're going to prune these down a lot as well. So maybe this may be a good size. It's just this, the roots. We can prune those back because we are taking it back. I think we'll go with these. Actually, thanks for bringing that, but we actually don't need them for these containers because they're built in. How about that? Yeah, get out of here. What's also great about these little trainer pots is that they have holes for not only drainage, but for your wire as well. I mean, these are great. They got a good shape to them. Traditional bonsai looking shape, right? Okay. Okay, so we got our pots wired. This is our Bonsai Yeah mix with a little akadama mixed in there. How about that? It's going to get a lot of room for the roots to grow. I think that's pretty good. We can add more if we need a little bit. Let's look at this little guy here. All right, It's a little top heavy. We'll work on the top in a little bit, but first we want to maintain a good root ball here, or a good root system. So let's lay it down like this. You know, not bad radial growth here, radial system. So I'm just going to cut back some of these roots that are higher up on the trunk. And we could get meticulous and find roots that cross over. I think that's looking okay for now. We can always do that on a different repot next year. But I'm also going to go ahead and I'm going to reduce this down. Now it's got a lot of roots on this side compared to the other. And that's probably due to some of these bottom roots here. But I don't want to mess with it too much. I do want this to live, but I don't really am worried about that at the moment. We can deal with all that at another time. Let's see how we look in the container here. Now we're still a little off. Now if I plant towards the back a bit, that would be a little better. But then we'd have a pretty bare back. But then we'd have something that looked like that. So I think what I'll do is I'll cut a little bit more of this front. Get some off the back a bit. And you basically want to be able to lift up the container. So let's go ahead and top it off with the rest of our bonsai soil. And I'm just going to top this off with straight akadama. Give it a more uniformed look. And the clay, it's a great indicator if it's dry. So I think that's nice. Wonderful. Okay. Let's give it a quick watering and then we'll give it a pruning. Let's just go ahead and we're going to bring this whole thing down. Let's start with our bottom branch here coming up. Now it's got a lot of straightness to it. We can always fix that. But let's take off any dead foliage and just go ahead and start taking back these longer shoots. Just go for it. Premna's got a very distinct smell. Like you would almost, like smells like you use it in Asian food. We'll just go ahead and get rid of a bunch of them there and leave us with about 3 to look at. Right about there. All right, well, no vision that I can see at the moment of what this will be. Yeah, I left this one top. Maybe that would be good to start some movement here at the top. Left this bottom branch because it's lacking any branches on that side, so that leave that one to thicken up. But I think this Premna is ready to at least start its journey into becoming a bonsai. It's not one yet, but it will be. I guess it technically is, but you know what I mean. Anyways, okay, so I've got this Premna out, and we're just taking a look at its root system. I could have cleaned it a little better, but we're good. Now, I've got some roots that are growing up past the root nabari line that we're kind of establishing here, which I think will be right about here. Although it can go down lower. I've got this weird fat root that is doing something weird. It's something we'll have to deal with later. But for now, we'll just go ahead and shorten up this root ball a whole lot in order to fit this trainer container. Playing at ACL. Let's give it a water. Let's do the same thing, bringing this down a lot. Now I kind of see almost like a windswept design. If we can get these branches to sort of go this way, it would kind of be cool. So I'm just going to really cut back a lot of the old stuff, and we'll see what we got. Some of these branches I'm cutting down to where there's no leaf at all, but hopefully that node activates. That's right below the cut. I'm not sure if it will, but we'll find out. Yeah, a lot of shoots growing from the trunk itself. You know, really have no direction that I have for this. Could be anything. We'll let the bonsai grow and tell us what it likes to do. And maybe one day we'll see something, and then we can work towards that. But for now, I think we've got a nice little bonsai started. Which leaves us with just one more in this trio. Yeah, these are all the dead stuff that I, came to find and watered it really heavily one day, and it came back. It also looks like it's probably got some sort of pest problem. I can see in the leaves they're spotty, and I've seen some scale. So we're going to treat these little trees with some neem oil. All right, this last one I think would be nice to give it a nice little small container. Seeing I'm running out of these trainers. I'm going to top this off with, of course, this premium macadamia. All right, we took those 3 premnas out of that fabric container, put them into their own bonsai container to get them started on their bonsai journey. Blueberry says she really digs these 3, and they got a lot of work to do. I sprayed them all with neem oil and hope that we get rid of any little pests. I think it's scale that we're dealing with on this. I don't really see them on there. Could be spider mites, but either way, the neem oil should help take care of that. We'll keep you monitored on these 3 bonsai. In the meantime, be cool, stay hip, get yourself a hobby. Bye!